All of them. Coffee on Friday night. Americans to the big just right in the radio. That's only we can find where the beat is from. But still we love from southern ground and living in the ground. So big just and the radio. That means not drive on the broadcast on your phone. No stop going. So if you want to have a drink with me, glasses fall. So you can let it chicken fry. So Americans to the big just radio. I think I want 4 stars and stripes, made freedom for all life. Let it bring to the one who died. The one who can know it sacrifice all the things we love, like I take it. Just right. You love me, touch your first time, and you'll understand. Things have been just right. And radio, you love me, touch and you'll understand.
I'm going to try to move halfway into here after they kind of situated.
I just didn't want to get in your way. So
Yeah,
I was going to
I'm going
say,
to split half the game here, half over there.
okay, if I sit where I was last night, I won't be in your way. I won't be in your way.
It's not ideal, but honestly, I don't know where else I'm going. The spot in between that big pole, this pole, and then other than that, I just have to get right in behind over there. As long as we don't start talking about stuff. All right. Recap from earlier action today. The Union City Geronimo game was canceled. Granite victorious 7-4. Okarchi finished third place consolation runner-up. They win 7-3 over Ripley. And your 2023 AMPO and Okarchi Invitational Championship game will feature Class B, number 3 Calumet. The Chieftains a perfect 10-0.
versus the Class A, number 5, Amber Pocasset Panthers. All right, so it looks like the Chieftains will be the home team on the scoreboard. And so Calumet has won the coin toss. So our home team will be Calumet. Visitors will be Ampo. Looks like they've got it crisscrossed on the board. So I'm not going to spin it back and confuse anybody. Ampo will be up to bat first. They've had 2 losses on the season, otherwise doing exceptionally well for the Panthers. Class 2A spring runner-ups lose a heartbreaker to the Silo Rebels.
Fans at this time, out of respect for the victims of the Del City Choctaw High School football game on Friday, we will be having a moment of silence. Fans at this time, place your hand before your heart as we honor our country and those who defended it both at home and abroad with the playing of the national anthem.
Amber Pocasset enters the game 11-2 on the season. They are ranked number 5 in the OSSAA Week 1 poll. We've got them similarly in our Week 3 Prep Nation poll. Only losses on the season to Fort Cobb Broxton 3-2 and Rattan 7-1. This is the first meeting of the season between the two squads, giving us an opportunity to see a tantalizing A-B matchup between the Class 2A state runner-up and the Class B semifinal Calumet Chieftains. So one team enters the tournament 11-2. The other team, as I stated earlier, undefeated on the season. Calumet looking to improve to 11-0 on the season with victories previously over Arapahoe Butler, Lomega, Hydro Eakleaf, Fargo Gage Ford Supply Co-op, Visai, Leedy, Canute, Union City, and Binger Oni. Victorious last night over Sentinel as well. Correction over Okarchi, 1-0 in a pitcher's duel. So they enter the game 10-0. Now batting number 17, Briar Anglin. This is the 2023 AMPO Okarchi Championship game here at Okarchi High School. Our Prep Nation TV game of the day. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsors, the Calumet Dugout Club, First National Bank and Trust in Chickasha, and Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma.
Got a little bit of wind tonight, otherwise exceptionally cool. So if there's any chopping sound, if you will just comment on the feed, if it gets too noisy, I can shut me down lower and drop the volume so that it's not quite as loud on the wind coming through. Ball was put in play, fly out to center field to start the game, one down. Coming up to bat number 9, Trace Berry. In high for the ball. Both teams with aspirations for potential state championships this fall. As I stated earlier, Calumet will be in Class B. Their competition, Tupelo. Right now, Stewart, and obviously three-time defending state champion Fort Cobb Broxton. Class A, pretty much wide open. Oklahoma right now, clearly the team to beat. After that, you've got your traditional powers in Dale, Silo, Rattan, Bing, Amber Pocasset, Wright City, and they get him on the ground out. So 2 down. Jones is a junior, pitches and then also plays outfield. Multi-sport athlete for Amber Pocasset. Pops it up. So very efficient start to the game for Calumet. Last night was a web gem by Mr. Thiessen, and tonight, kind of picking up where they left off here, the lefty for Calumet. Chops it over to the shortstop. We'll have a standard 6-3 ground out, and it is 3 up, 3 down for Amber Pocasset. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with the Chieftains coming up to bat. You're watching Prep Nation TV and our game of the day. Briar England will be on the mound tonight for Amber Pocasset.
Pitcher, number 10, Hunter Arnold.
Arnold starting for Calumet tonight. So it'll be immediately right off the bat, pitcher versus pitcher. Squares up to show bunt, pulls back. And in for the strike, 3-1 on the pitch count. And the leadoff walk for Calumet. Nicely done by the Chieftains. Thiessen, a sophomore, plays catcher, center field, and pitches as needed. Younger brother of junior Kyler Thiessen. Fires over to second and safe on the stolen base. So Calumet, the first team to get a base runner on and advance. Large lead off. I'll have to go back at second. For those that are having any kind of latency issue, I do apologize, even though technically we are in 5G network territory. The area here that was built in a pasture is no connectivity whatsoever, no Wi-Fi, no bars, no cell. So it is really tough to get much more tonight. We've actually got 3 bars. Last night it fluttered between 0 and 1. So the signal strength is not going to be strong. So if it does buffer, my recommendation is to close out the browser, go back in again, and pull the little red dot back to the left so that you're constantly chasing the feed and you see about a ½ inch or inch space on the red dot. And if you do that, that should make it a little bit easier to follow and track. All right, ball is put in place to the second baseman, advances base runner over to third. They're going to get him on the 4-3 ground out. And so runner does his job. Hitter does his job. And that puts now the pressure on Ampo early on here. Kyler Thiessen, as I stated earlier, the winning pitcher last night, throwing a web gem and a 1-0 victory over Okarchi. Recap again from earlier games. The Union City Geronimo game was a scratch. Binger was not given the opportunity to play. And then a little after 11:30, they kick-started with Burton versus Granite. Granite victorious 7-4. And then a little after 8:10, Okarchi victorious over Ripley 7-3. Ripley unable to move 2 base runners on to make it interesting to end the game. So this is, as they say, for all the marbles. Not a surprise to me, Calumet, every bit the number 2/3. I really am tempted to do a tie ranking this season for the first time after watching Tupelo beat Silo and several other teams. I bumped them up and flopped them from last week being 3-2. This year we may just have to break precedent and go with 2 tied. Right now everybody's chasing Fort Cobb, Broxton in B and Oaktahaw in A. Oaktahaw tonight playing in the Roth tournament against Dale in the championship game. So if you're interested in those kinds of scores and games, we'll keep you posted on those as well. All right, this is going to potentially be a ball that you'll run on. He's going to hold him, and I would have done the same thing. Just didn't get quite enough lift, and it stayed right on the back of the infield, so not enough distance to get him to tag up and head home. Game. Oaktaw up 4-1 over Dale in the top of the third. Again, that is the Roth Tournament Championship game. tournament that we have done much of the last 8 seasons. I think we've missed one. It's now the second in 9 years. And up ahead, so pitching duel continues here. However, Calumet does have a runner in scoring position at third. Any type of a single or bunt errant throw would be able to advance a runner. 0-0 game early on. Just foul. So 1-2 pitch count will resume for Mr. Anglin on the mound. Everything synthetic turf, including the walkway, batter's box, and even the stripe and strip around. Not a blade of grass in the park. Fouls it off again. 1-2 will resume. Well, it's getting interesting now. Squares up, drives it right over the wall, so it is back-to-back foul balls. 2-2. 20 pitches already for Mr. Briar Anglin. Hey, time. Calumet cannot convert, so your score through 1-0-0. We'll head to the top of the second inning with the Amber Pocasset Panthers. Coming up to bat, you're watching Prep Nation TV.
Oh, now. You know you get everybody.
Tyler Shaw will be coming up to bat for Ampo, followed by an unlisted player.
Second baseman, number 5, Tyler Shaw.
Pretty much a 3-up, 3-down inning in the first for Ampo, looking to build on some momentum, getting a defensive stop. All right, now I got a better look here. Mr. Jackson Riley up against the fence there. Should have known by the free-flowing hair, so forgive me for that. Very quick, efficient, high-paced velocity and quick movements. This is the largest delay right here as far as lengthwise I've seen Calumet take in doing the game yesterday and today. Pitchers just don't waste a lot of extra time. They get the read, they get the call, size up the pitch they want, and here it comes. Fouls it off, so it'll be a 1-2 pitch count. ball is put in play to the second baseman. Oh, and he miscommunicates with the shortstop. Fielding error allows the base runner on. And now it'll be number 6, Jackson Riley, coming up to bat. Just didn't communicate. Third baseman went right into the territory of the shortstop. Shortstop assumed he had it. Third baseman assumed he wasn't going to get it, and as a result, neither got the play. So bottom and top end, we've had a base runner on. Ooh, deep shot. Wind's going to catch that one, though. Normally, that would have been a problem hit in a lot of parks, but the wind is cross blowing. So it literally just caught it and pulled it back and held it. So Zach Horry up to bat next for Amber Pocasset. He is a junior infielder and backup pitcher as well. Just a reminder for those that follow Prep Nation TV coverage, we will be at Calumet Monday and Tuesday for their festival. There have been multiple changes, so we've had some additions made. Notably, Union City has joined the foray for Monday. Leedy has dropped a game. Sentinel has dropped both games. Arapahoe Butler has picked up a game. And so we will be releasing later tomorrow the tournament festival schedule. There will be now 3 games on Monday instead of 4 and 3 on Tuesday. And then we will be down at Hydro for their annual Labor Day tournament. We may flex some games over at Weatherford's Eagle Field. Otherwise, we'll primarily be at Hydro High School for the annual Labor Day tournament. And it is a marathon event. It starts Thursday and it'll go all the way through Monday. 1-2 pitch will be a 2-2 even up. Check swing. That's going to go. It's going to advance the base runner. So it is a sac bunt in effect. Even though he didn't really mean to do it, they're going to call it foul. I'm going to say that it hit on the line and bounced. He's got to come back. But if that was the goal to drive him to second, that was perfectly executed on accident. Just in high now, full count. We will be flipping mid-game over to the AMPO side so that we can give you half and half like we used to do. Strikeout.
Center fielder, number 0, Posey.
Posey is a freshman, plays outfield, first base, and pitches as well. Those curious, Hunter Arnold now approaching almost 30 pitches on the game for his pitch count. That'll be number 29. Calls it strike. Drives it to the second baseman. That'd be a 4-3 ground out. And Ampo strands a base runner. So we will head to the bottom of the second inning with the Chieftains coming up to bat. Score remains 0-0. Your 2023 Ampo Okarche Invitational Championship game at Okarche High School.
Pitcher, number 7, Kingston Arnold.
Kingston Hunter's brother. And gets him before he can get on base. So Kingston Arnold, the sophomore, unable to get on base. Cooper, a junior for Calumet. In case anybody's curious, they've only got 2 seniors on the squad, number 10, Hunter Arnold, and number 5, Derek. One hops it in the dirt. Boy, that would have been perfect if Arnold could have gotten on. Ampo winning the pitch count battle so far. Mr. Anglin now, this will be his 25th pitch. In for the strike. 2 well-experienced coaches, different philosophies, different styles, but nonetheless both equally successful. Cheyenne Graham from Amber, longtime coach there. He's been there as long as I've covered him. Talking with him yesterday, reminiscing about if he could go back in time, relive some of those glory years, talking about the 2012 squad that finished state runner-up to Rattan. This past season, squad did the same thing in a game against Silo that virtually nobody gave them a chance to win. However, I had watched them beat them earlier in the tournament and wasn't surprised myself. But nonetheless, as far as favorites go, they were not the favorite. Everybody had either Omaha or Dale penciled in to beat Silo. So happy for Ampo. And on the flip side, what can you say about Cody Thiessen? He took over for a Hall of Fame coaching legend at Lokiba Sickles when Darryl Scales retired. Won multiple state titles, some runner-ups, routine qualifier like clockwork for state quarterfinals. Now in his 3rd full season and 2nd year at Calumet, and he's taken over the playoffs every season. And he's favored to do so again this year. And fouls it off again. 1-2 pitch count will resume. Third strike, base on ball. Bob loses the throw out. So our score through 2 innings, Amber Pocasset 0, Calumet 0. You're watching Prep Nation TV. Top of the 3rd coming up. So back-to-back pitchers duels for Calumet. Tight 1-0 game last night against Okarche. Other than that, they've pretty much run-ruled every team they've played this season. I don't know that they've had one complete game until last night, so that is necessary and helpful for the squad. Ampo co-hosted games yesterday in Amber, victorious in back-to-back days against Ripley. For those that have wept bitterly about the sores and the pains of the heat lately, tonight is a godsend. It's not only cool on the field, but it's actually windy, has a really nice breeze, and so I'm seeing people actually smiling, relaxing, enjoying themselves. Last couple of weeks, it's been pretty brutal for high school and baseball and softball, for that matter. Soccer as well. People forget about it, but it's the tip of the hat, put it that way. It has not been easy. Our high was, I think, 110 last Saturday at the Coleman tournament. Just Came literally out of the doctor's office from having eye surgery. Probably should have skipped the tournament, but I gave him my word, told him I'd be there, and that's exactly what I do. When I tell you I do it, I do it. If there's a problem that arises, I'll let you know, but I try my best to always be on point. Fouls it up. Ethan Swartz, junior for the Panthers. This will be pitch number 35 for Hunter Arnold. It'll be interesting to see how the festival goes on Monday and Tuesday. Another foul ball. Notable teams that'll be playing. Obviously, the host Calumet Chieftains. Arapahoe Butler will be there. Canute, Leedy, Orcod Broxton, Navajo, Union City, and Drummond. Last I heard, Sentinel is now out, saving some pitching arm issues for having 4 games this weekend and trying to get set for a long Labor Day tournament. So be on the lookout for a post tomorrow that we'll share for the Calumet Festival. We just want to make sure that Coach Thiessen has adequate time to set it. But as is, it should be 3 games on Monday, 3 on Tuesday. So the walk for the Panthers, they've got a base runner on again, back-to-back innings. Oh, Mr. McComas threw down a nasty bunt yesterday and got a couple of stolen bases. The junior shortstop also pitches for the Panthers. Arnold now up to 40 on the pitch count. Shows bunt, pulls back on the swing, does a full cycle swing, runs it right over to the second baseman, gets him on the 4-3 ground out. Base runner advances to second, 1 down. Now batting number 17, starting pitcher, Briar Englund. Back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers. Both teams have had a base runner at second. The only difference is Calumet had one in the first inning on third. Panthers trying to get on the scoreboard. Nice hack there. Evens up the pitch count 1-1. We'll see Amber Pope-Cassett again in Hydro and Weatherford. They'll be a part of the 20-team field. Maybe not quite 20, but it sure seems like it. Base runner stays at second. We'll flip this over so you can get a better view there. Sorry about that. Ball goes all the way out to center field. There's a reason why you practice the column. And center fielder backing up second base. Wild throw into shortstop. So nicely done by the Chieftains. Just off the mark, pitch number 45 for Hunter Arnold. Another foul, so that'll take us to a full count. Still fighting. So the pitch count will be a push. 3-2 resumes. Fights it off again. Another foul ball. And yet another foul ball. This one will head over to the parking lot area. Got some ball hoppers and hawks out there chasing them down. 50 pitches now for Hunter Arnold, so that may be something to keep an eye on. It's atypically high for being at the top of the third, and he walks it. Two base runners on, first time in the game for either team.
Catcher, number 9, Trace Berry.
Berry, a junior, catches and pitches, which is exceptionally rare. Takes a special kind of nuance and mind to understand the ability to get pitches in across the plate and frame them and catch them. But very talented young man. I've watched him for several years now. All right. It is definitely shifting in momentum toward Ampo now. Base runners first and second, 3-0 pitch count. And he walks it. So head coach Thiessen will head to the mound. That is pitch number 55. Bases loaded now for Amber Pocasset. I don't necessarily think that it's arm fatigue. I just think that he has lost the velocity that he had to start the game. And as a result, his spots on the plate are off just a little bit. Part of it could be the wind, to be honest with you.
Right fielder, number 10, Gil Jones.
Gotta love the 2.5 or 4 second play. Just burned the song. Fouls it off immediately. All right, so the first major change in momentum has shifted toward Amber Pocasset. They've got the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning, only one out. Obviously, Calumet looking to turn two or get a home tag out, throw out combo. Inside corner gives him the call. So whatever coach talked to him about, it worked because positioning of the ball is much better now. Back-to-back strikes. Chops it, gets it going. He will head home. Gets the forced tag out, 2 down. Officially goes down as a 1-2 fielder's choice. Bases remain loaded for Amber Pocasset. Coach Giant Graham just wanting to see if the base path call was upheld. I know he definitely got the throw there in time. I don't think there was an impeded path. So we are back to 2 down now. Bases remain loaded. All right, so to give you clarification on that, it was not an impeded path. Coach Graham was arguing that the ball that was thrown at home plate hit the base runner in the foot. Catcher caught it as it ricocheted off the plate, he said. So there you go. That breaking news brought to you by the Calumet Dugout Club. Another money pitch on its way, 1-1. Arnold looking to get out of a bind here in the top of the third. This is pitch number 60, so he is really having to throw. And we're going to have our first run score. Amber Pocasset takes the lead at 1-0 on the wild throw. We'll resume at a 1-1 pitch count with 2 down. Base runners now second and third for Amber Pocasset. We'll have a courtesy runner here at third base. Lane Smith, a senior, enters third to run for Trace Berry. Tyler Shaw again at the plate. 1-1 pitch count. In for the strike. So 2-2 evens up on the pitch count. Foul ball. Just over the warm out dugout, so that'll go into the parking lot. Hits it to third. Should be a 5-3 ground out, and it is. Ampo Strands 2 scores 1. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning with the Calumet Chieftains coming up to bat. You're watching Prep Nation TV.
First baseman, number 9, Hunter Calumet.
I'd like to once again thank our coverage sponsors for today's tournament action. First Bank and Trust, based out of Chickasha, Oklahoma. Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma, and the Calumet Dugout Club. 2-0 pitch count. This will be pitch number 35 for Mr. England. So very methodical and efficient thus far through 3 innings. Averaging almost now 12 pitches an inning. That number will only go up, though, because there's no outs. I say that. There's one. And gets him on the 5-3 ground out.
Number 15, Brandon Bronze.
Boss is a freshman utility player and also pitches. Well, if it hadn't been the wind blowing, that one would have gone far deeper, folks. Flies out to left field, 2 down, back-to-back outs in as many pitches.
Pitcher, number 10, Hunter.
Fouls it off. 1-1 pitch count. This will officially be pitch number 40 for Briar England. And a strike. 1-2. One hops it in the dirt, full count. Woo! Nice glove by the pitcher. He's going to have to hustle to beat it and can't. It's going to be an infield single, the hot shot to the pitcher. Nicely done by pitcher versus pitcher, Mr. Hunter Arnold, ladies and gentlemen.
Center fielder, number 19, David Pizza.
Base runner in, safe at second on the stolen base. All right, so for the first time since the bottom of the first, Calumet with a base runner at second and in potential scoring position. Looking to get him to third once again. And now tide seems to have turned, and now it's Mr. England that is struggling with pitch command and location. Called strike. So 3-1 pitch count now. Exactly what Ampo wanted to do. And if you're Calumet, you just want to keep getting base runners on, bust this game open. Another shot to the pitcher. This one he does get. All right, so your score through 3 full innings. Amber Pocasset 1, Calumet 0. Top of the 4th inning coming up. You're watching Prep Nation TV. First time in the game that Amber has experienced a little bit of difficulty. Ricocheted shot off of the pitcher's glove. England unable to maintain it. And then the second hit takes the glove with the ball, and he chases it down and throws barehanded, getting the out. It is a 1-0 lead for Amber Pocasset in your 2023 Ampo Okarchi Invitational Championship game. You're watching Prep Nation TV. Mr. Jackson Riley coming up to bat now for the Panthers.
Jackson Riley.
Chops it over to the third baseman. Fires toward first. 5-3 ground out, one down.
Third baseman, number 3, Zach Hurry.
65 pitches now and counting for Mr. Hunter Arnold. Gives it a little one hop toward home plate. 1-0 is the pitch count. Evens up 1-1. Back-to-back pitches high. 3-1 on the pitch count. Gets him to swing under it. That's going to lift it perfectly for the right fielder. Snags it in foul ball territory. 2 down.
Center fielder, number 0, Bennett Lindsay.
Looked to be a pretty nice pitch. It is walk and back-to-back innings. Amber Pocasset with the base runner on.
You can run home for a long time, run home for a long
Base runner trips, has to go back, and now it's going to be close on a tag out. And they do get him. The synthetic turf plays foil hero there. We will switch sides. Give it us just a second. You'll notice a pause in the camera. Fast-paced game so far. Briar England for the Panthers on the mound still, facing Hunter Arnold in a battle of Class A versus Class B fall aspiring state champion teams. Calumet enters the game 10-0. Amber Pocasset 11-2. Their only losses of the season to the Rattan Rams and the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. Haven't given you an update in a while in the Roth Championship game between Oaktaha and Dale. It is now the bottom of the fifth inning with the Pirates up to bat. Oaktaha leads 8-1. Another undefeated squad as well. And gives him the corner on the call, 3-1. And the walk for Calumet. Chieftains with a base runner on it, back-to-back innings. Got one all the way to third base in the first, nobody in the second. And then now they're cooking once again here in the bottom of the fourth. Checks him in safe, high and tied at first. Last inning, Amber Pocasset, just like last night, actually. In both games, I should say. They did it Thursday and Friday. Base runner trying to steal trips and then tries to get back to go and gets tagged out. They did going to third base Thursday, going to third base again Friday, and then going back to first from second. In safe on the stolen base. Calumet gets the base runner again at second base. Head coach Thiessen will meet here briefly with his designated hitter. Ball was drifting foul right over the wall. Would have been a real trouble ball along the first base line. Wind is causing a little bit of havoc for the batters, actually working to the advantage of both defenses tonight. A couple of deep shots out to center field just kind of hung and stayed hovering, easily able to chase them down. So if you're going to have any luck tonight, you're probably going to have to hit dead center toward left center and hope that it goes and lands in center right. Base runner in safe at second. And Calumet now has a runner in scoring position for only the second time in the game. Check swing, beautifully done. It's going to fall for a single and make it an RBI single at that. Calumet ties the game 1-1. Checks him in again, high and tied at first and safe. Now batting the starting pitcher. Not the coach here on his signal, but at the same time, I stopped myself mid sentence and I should have said starting pitcher's brother, Kingston Arnold, the utility player, but he also does pitch as well. All right. Throws down a sack bunt. Advances the base runner to second. Coming into third, they're going to get a double play. Nicely done by the defense there. Throws down the squeeze, so to speak, and the squeeze gets applied in return. Ends up being a 2-3-5 tagout. This will be now pitch number 60 for Mr. Briar England. Little check swing again. 1-3 ground out. So your score through 4 is now Calumet 1, Amber Pocasset 1. Panthers will be up to bat, top of the 5th inning coming up. You're watching Prep Nation TV. All right, we got some important guys getting ready to do a crash right here, so you've got to watch the system flutter a little bit. Photo bombers from the Panthers. Hunter Arnold on the mound today for Calumet. 75 pitches and counting. Coming up to bat next, Ethan Swartz, the junior catcher and designated hitter for the Panthers. in for the strike. Down low, evens up the pitch count 1-1. Nice rip that's going to waft foul. Normally that would have probably been a good ball for a potential double. Bounces right over the wall off of the turf. So we'll have 1-2 pitch count. Check swing and goes foul. Not the best at bat the coach is wanting there. There's faking out the pitcher, and then there's faking out yourself, and I think he kind of did the latter there. All right, 1-2 pitch on its way. Above head drills it into left field, and that'll be a single for the Amber Pocasset Panthers. Potential substitution and courtesy runner at first. Number 2 heading over. It'll be Ian Guthrie entering the game as the courtesy runner. Beautifully done there. Exactly, Ethan Schwartz be like, that's exactly how I planned it. Lull them into a false sense of security, then deliver the blow. Now batting number 11, Avery McComas. 80 pitches on the day for Hunter Arnold for Calumet. Throws the butt down. Executed pitcher. Looks second, throws first. Gets him on the 1-3 tag out. Base runner advances to second. So it'll be 1 out now for Amber Pocasset. 1-1 ball game. Each team able to get some small ball to plate favorable after good hits to center field. Not much doing with the wind. The trajectory of pulling all the balls either up and stopping them, or it's shifting over so that another outfielder could run under it. But each team with a couple of hits now and a couple of bunts, 1-1 tie. Not be surprised to see a steal on an early jump here coming up. Battle of starting pitchers right now. They faced each other 3 times already, and this will be heading into the 4th matchup. And there is the predicted call. Oh, he gets him on the reach around. He was safe initially, and then when he put back on, I think he got him with the tag, the backside of the bag. So each team having an opportunity to get a base runner at third, losing them due to a tag out. So now 2 down for Ambo. In just a low 3-1 count. This will be pitch number 85 for Hunter Arnold. And walks him. So a big play, potentially with runners on the corners, putting some pressure on the pitcher with only 1 out. Now you're just having to deal with the guy at the bat, Trace Berry, starting catcher for the Panthers. All right, we'll have another courtesy runner should Mr. Berry get on base. As stated earlier, one of the few players in baseball that actually catches and pitches. Nice swing, just can't quite time it. Now 0-2 pitch count. Base runner goes. He's going to be in safe, so another stolen base for the Panthers. Pitch count will resume at 1-2. We're going to have a courtesy runner. So number 13 coming in at second base. Mr. Damian Hawkins, freshman for Ampo. 1-2 money pitch. Strikes him out. Ampo strands one, loses one on the tag out. And so we will head to the bottom of the inning. Chieftains will be up to bat, 1-1 tie. You're watching Prep Nation TV. Score update on the Roth Tournament Championship game between Oktaha and Dale. I started earlier in the game, so I apologize for just kind of leave you hanging. They'll now be heading to the bottom of the sixth inning. Dale's run, and it is now Oktaha 8, Dale 2. Again, that is for the Roth Tiger Tournament Championship. Derek Krantzman will be up to bat, one of the two seniors for Calumet squad. Very experienced squad, but just not a lot of upperclassmen. They've got a ton of sophomores and juniors, which bodes well for their long-term success in Class B or a potential bump up in A, should that come. "60 pitches on the day for Briar England. He had a low average earlier, about 11 an inning, and now he's up to about 15, which is still exceptionally good. If you can get out of this inning with about 10, 15 max, you keep yourself with a real shot to pitch 7 or 8 if you have to in a pitcher's duel like this game. Usually the games are busted open with a pitching change, and assistant head coach Kyle Wilson will head out to the mound, so we'll have a brief timeout here. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the 2023 Ampo Okarche Invitational Championship game. I'd like to once again thank our coverage sponsors for tonight's live stream, video highlights, and tournament graphics. Calumet Dugout Club, First National Bank and Trust in Chickasha, Oklahoma, and Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma. 2-0 pitch count will resume. In for the strike. All right. Called ball, 3-1 count. And puts the base runner on. 3 consecutive innings now for Calumet. And 4 out of the 5, they've had a base runner on. Let's see if they can move him around. Designated hitter now for the Chieftains coming up to bat. Number 9, Hunter Navnernick. Correction, Navnik, sorry. One of the other seniors on the squad, along with Derek Kranzman. Hunter Arnold, the third and final senior. So, as I stated earlier, Calumet, a young, experienced squad, which is only going to improve. Typically, I've observed that this has been kind of a passing of the torch tradition. I saw it with Roth and Fort Cobb Broxton, and now we'll likely see it with Fort Cobb Broxton and Calumet. Teams that can't quite get over the bubble at state, progressively age, experience, and just longevity and continuity kicks in, and then all of a sudden they're the team hoisting the trophy. Wild throw at first, terrible. E2, base runner safe. Just about hyperextends himself on the motorcycle jump there. Try to keep the camera here. I apologize with the lights, folks. It's a new lighting system, but it's an old style of lights, and they just wreak havoc all over the field. The only way to get around it is a front end view or back end view. In for the strike. 1-2. This will be pitch number 70 for Briar England. Fouls the ball off. Spins back, fakes the throw, nobody there to catch. So he outsmarts his own defense. I like the call, though. Hit by pitch, and now two base runners on for Calumet. Brendan Voss, the freshman, now at first. And here is the matchup that I said earlier we would have for the fourth time. Under Arnold versus Briar England, pitcher versus pitcher. A little bit of pressure now on the infield. They've got a potential squeeze scenario here at third that they want to get a base runner interrupted and off. Turning two, throwouts will be in play here. Bunts off on the foul. One pitch count. Two base runners on here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-1 tie between Ampo and Calumet. It's your 2023 Ampo Okarchi Invitational Championship game. Two strikes now. Just off the mark, evens up 2-2. Rips it into left field. They're going to send him home. Circles. And it is a 2-1 lead for Calumet after the. Oh, it gets him at home. Nope. He threw his hand down. I was like, oh, did he just call that out? All right, so safe at second, safe at first. We'll just have a swapping of the gloves with the pitching coach, assistant coach. So for the first time in the game, Amber Pocasset has blown their lead, and now they trail 2-1. Calumet with only one out and base runners at second and third. So I corrected myself on the call earlier. He threw his hand into motion instead of saying safe. He threw it down. So I was thinking that maybe he had called him out. But the run does count, so it's an RBI single with the stolen base. Just off the mark on the pitch. Takes it foul down first base line. The only caveat that I would add to if it hits the ground, you got to go is if it's not toward the pitcher. Then no, you do not want to go. Rips it to second, fires first. One run scores on the sac RBI, and it is 3-1 now, Calumet. Two down, base runner does what he's supposed to do at third, and the batter does what he needs to do, which is get the pitch in play to first instead of home. And it is now a 2-inning score for Calumet. They lead 3-1. One hops it into home plate. Calumet putting the pressure on Ampo here in the bottom of the fifth, paying huge dividends. It all started with a walk and a stolen base, then a hit by pitch, and then a RBI and a sac RBI. And it is now a 3-1 lead. Coach Cheyenne Graham will go out to the mound. We'll pause for an update here. You're watching Prep Nation TV, the 2023 coverage of the Ampo Okarchi Invitational Baseball Tournament. That'd be 50 cents, please.
I got to say, thanks for came through. I'm on the feet too.
Pitching change for Amber Bocasset, not that surprising. England ran into some trouble, hit 88 pitches on the final day. And so back on the mound will be Tyler Shaw. They did a little bit of double dipping over the last couple of days for the tournament. So we will have earned runs inherited by Mr. England. So this will have to swing back to a lead for Ampo for him to potentially be the losing pitcher. He is locked in until it is a tie ball game and a lead change. So one earned run, one unearned run scores, and another potential unearned run right here for Tyler Shaw in third. 3-0 pitch count. Base runner now just at third. Back-to-back innings, Calumet has gone from a 1-0 deficit to now putting up 3 unanswered runs versus Ampo. And walks him 4-0 pitch count on the corners now for the Chieftains. So the momentum swings back toward Calumet. They jumped out to look like they were going to get a run right off the board. They moved them first, second, third, and then got thrown out. Base runner goes. He's going to be in safe at second on the uncontested stolen base. All right, so inherited run on third. Mr. Shaw now responsible for base runner on second. Ampo obviously wants to get out of this jam here with an out, fly up, pop up, ground out, something, strike out. 2-1. One hops in the dirt, a 3-1 pitch count. So back to back to back batters, we have had a 4-1, a 4-0, and now a 3-1 count. That is not a good trajectory for Ampo. In for the strike, full count. Ball is put in play right to the first baseman. It'll be a 3 unassist tag. So Mr. Hunter Arnold in position for the win for Calumet. Briar England will inherit 3 of the runs. So should the game go tie or a lead change, then Tyler Shaw would have an opportunity to win. Otherwise, losing pitcher right now would be Briar England. Winning pitcher would be Hunter Arnold from Calumet. We'll head to the top of the top of the 6th inning. Panthers coming up to bat. Like to again thank our coverage sponsors for tonight's action. First Bank and Trust in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Turner Welding in Amber, Oklahoma. And the Calumet Chieftain Baseball Dugout Club. Cale Jones coming up to bat for Ampo next in the top of the sixth inning. Ball is deep out to center. Unfortunately, the wind pulls it and just brings it right back to the outfielder. One down. Over to the shortstop. 6-3 ground out. Niff footwork there to stay on the tag. Gets it. And now it is two down and back to back pitches and outs. And boy, that's good. Ricochets off the wall. The new ballpark here at Okarche, kind of in between a residential backdrop and then a pasture slash kind of just farming area right off of Oklahoma Road. Fairly new build, still kind of working out some of the kinks, but a co-host to the annual tournament this year. A lot of people that have followed the fall tournament have gotten used to being in Ripley and Amber Pocasset. Now it is in Ampo and here at Okarche. 6 total games played Thursday and Friday at Okarche High School. 3 today. Winners from earlier action for the 5th place consolation game, Granite 7-4 over Verdon, and we have a 1-3 fielder's choice. I'm sorry, throwout. In the 3rd place game, the host Okarche Warriors successful 7-3 over Ripley. Warriors unable to drive around the last 2 base runners, got them to 2nd and 3rd, and then could not get them moved past that point. And then now our championship game, Calumet 3, Amber Pocasset 1. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Panthers down to their final 3 outs. Kingston Arnold, the other brother to Hunter, younger brother as well. Bottom of the 6th, 3 consecutive runs for Calumet in the 5th and 4th innings, respectively. They have jumped out to a 3-1 lead, I should say, over Amber Pocasset. And in for the strike, evens up the count 1-1. Just a reminder, we will be doing the Calumet Festival Monday and Tuesday. Right now, I anticipate that there will be 3 games on Monday, 3 on Tuesday. Both days should start at approximately 2 p.m. 5-3 on the ground out. One pitch count. Tyler Shaw coming in relief, technically giving up one run, but it was earned. So he has a clean potential 3 inning stretch now that he can pitch in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And inherited basically 2 base runners. Walked one himself. Foul ball makes it a 1-2 pitch count. Fights it off. I was going to give you the game matchups for the festival, but we've had another change made. Fly out right to the shortstop, 2 down. So Sentinel is out. Likewise, Union City is in. And then Leedy will be cutting back on one of their games. So I'll make sure that I get 100% correction on this before we post it. But basically, the teams in action will be the Arapahoe Butler squad, Calumet, Canute, Drummond, Fort Cobb, Broxton, Leedy, Navajo, and now Union City. Pop-up fly to the second baseman. That'll do it. Your score through 6. Calumet 3, Amber Pocasset 1. Panthers coming up to bat, top of the 7th inning. They'll need to score 2. All right, Zach Horry up to bat for Ampo. They're going to need 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. It is the 2023 Ampo Okarche Invitational Championship game. Prior action earlier today, Granite 7-4 over Verdon. Okarche 7-3 over Ripley. And then now our championship game here, Flout center field, 1 down. Not looking good for the Panthers after getting a run in the top of the 3rd. They have been held scoreless. And it has been 2 consecutive innings before this last one snapped the streak for Calumet. They get all 3 runs on RBIs or sac RBIs. Opportunistic hitting and just making a little bit less mistakes. Slightly better pitching today for Calumet. That's the difference in the ballgame. 100th pitch of the game for Hunter Arnold. 1-2 is the pitch count. One hops it in the dirt, 2-2.
Go, Billy. Come in, 0.
Evens up the pitch count now 2-2. Still a foul, though. Check swing. He'll give him a perfunctory tag. He's going to say a no-go on the swing. Full count. Fouls it off to stay alive. Money pitch. Gets him on the strikeout, and it's 2 down. Okay. Ampo down to their final out here in the top of the 7th inning. Ethan Swartz up to bat, the junior. Fouls the ball back. "108th pitch of the game for Mr. Arnold. He will go the full 7. And should anything unexpected happen here with the final out, looks like he will get the win here today. And Briar England will take the loss for the Panthers. They will finish the runner-up in the tournament. Corner called. 2-2. Inside makes it full count. And puts him on. So Ampo has a potential game-tying run coming up to the plate. And we'll have a courtesy runner at second. First, Ian Guthrie will be going to first. Avery McComas will be up to bat for the Panthers. Nice swing. He definitely had some intentions for that one, and it was not just to throw down a bunt. Fouls it off, so now Amber Pocasset down to their final out and strike. 0-2 pitch count. Check swing goes foul. Ball is put in place right to the third baseman. Fires over. 5-3 ground out. And the Calumet Chieftains are the 2023 Ampo Okarchi Invitational Champions. Final score, Calumet 3, Ampo 1. Amber Pocasset will finish the tournament 2-1 in play, the runner-up. And it'll be Calumet perfect 3-0, improving to 11-0 on the season. Amber Pocasset will drop to 11-3.
At this time, Okarchi High School Superintendent Josh Summerall will present the runner-up plaque to the Ampo Panthers.
Amber Pocasset will be your 2023 Ampo Okarchi Invitational runner-up.
Championship plaque to the Calumet Chieftains.
All right, Calumet rallies from a 1-0 deficit. They take a 3-1 victory. And we have another tournament in the books. We'll see you Monday, folks, for the Calumet Festival. It'll be a 2-day baseball tournament. We're going to go ahead and get a shot here of the squad posing for their fans. And then we will also swing back around and still get them on video here. So we're going to pull a hat trick. Chieftains rally from 1-0 down, 2 RBI singles, a sac RBI, and they improve to 11-0 on the season. Class B hopefuls looking for a shot at a state championship in Class B in the fall. They'll be hosting their own Calumet Festival Monday and Tuesday. Prep Nation TV will be broadcasting. Nobody's broke the camera yet, so we're good. And that'll do it, folks. Congratulations to the Calumet Chieftains, your 2023 Ampo Okarchi Invitational Champions. And we're good to go. Way to go, guys. All right. I do appreciate you. I know you want to get going, so. Last I talked to Tommy, still going to do all the games. This year's been. Well, this is good. We want to follow the schedule. It is. We got to win last night. This is another kind of. You do. You do. You can challenge.